Welcome to 3D Movie Cinema, the only show that is 3 dimensions away from Jurassic World Dominion being called Jurassic Park Who Gives a Fuck. I'm your host 3D Jake, and today we're looking at Jurassic World Dominion, released in 2022. Jurassic World Dominion is directed once again by Colin Trevorrow and is written by Emily Carmichael, Colin Trevorrow, and Derek Connolly. This piece of shit stars Chris Pratt once again, Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, and Campbell Scott. The movie is a sequel to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World, and also the original 3 Jurassic Park movies, which I would recommend go watching over this piece of shit any day of the week, because this is an awful fucking film. I watched this movie, never have seen this movie before. I watched this movie for the first time, and it sucked! I'm angry! This is like the worst Jurassic Park movie ever! Like, seriously, I'm sitting here watching this piece of shit, okay? Literally. And all of a sudden, like, first off, the plot of the movie is literally about fucking lotuses. Okay? It's literally about, okay, after all the dinosaurs and stuff got free at the end by the little clone girl in the mansion, in which I still to this day don't understand why they just shoot her in the head and stop her from pushing that button. And instead, that probably would have saved everything, all the animals die, because there's another fucking island that they all completely forgot about in this movie. But yeah, so apparently, yeah, so the dinosaurs get free, but then there's an evil scientist, Dotson. You remember Dotson, right? The one who played Dotson that was in the original Jurassic Park movie, that where it literally gives it the shaving cream can to Wayne Knight and is like, oh, and then he pours the shaving cream on somebody's dessert. Yeah, literally, Dotson, yeah. By the way, it's not played by the same actor, because the actor that played him is a convicted pedophile. So then it's really recasted the role for Campbell Scott, who played Peter Parker's dad in the Amazing Spider-Man movies. So Campbell Scott, who I think is a wonderful actor, I really like him as an actor, and I still to this day laugh at the Bruce Campbell, at the joke in American Dad where Stan goes, he says, I hope one day that Bruce Campbell portrays me in a biopic, and then he marries his husband, Campbell Scott, and then he becomes Campbell. Yeah, that's still one of the funniest joke in American Dad that I liked. But yeah, I really really liked him as an actor. And so when I watched this movie, a lot of people were shitting on this movie. I remember my friend Ryan Cam, who I do Small Talk with and now Talking Gotham with on his channel. And basically, he was telling me that it's a stink ass movie. Jurassic World and Jurassic World are stink ass movies. I'm like, oh, come on, man, it's not that bad, because I can find the positives in anything. I watched this piece of shit and I was so angry. I had to stop it halfway through and play some video games, just do something, because I just could not fathom to finish the rest of this movie, because I'm like, it's not even about dinosaurs. Like, literally, it feels like it's more of a plot to a Godzilla film where it's about lotuses. And I'm sitting there watching this movie and I'm like, because I was just in Jurassic World fear, because Jurassic World Rebirth's coming out in a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I really, really want to watch this movie, because I really have not seen this movie, and I've seen every Jurassic Park movie, and even the worst ones, I'm like, they're still a fun time. And I did not like Fallen Kingdom as much. I watched Jurassic Park, I thought it was not good, but I was like, it's not like the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's still the worst Jurassic Park movie. This movie is worse than that. Like, it's like, hold my beer. I really hated this movie. It is a piece of shit movie. Like, literally, what I liked about the movie is whenever you get the legacy characters show up, and they don't even show up for a good 45 minutes into the movie. And some of them, like Jeff Goldblum, doesn't show up for like another 20 minutes into the movie. And then all of a sudden you got like these characters that Alan, they just basically Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny him, where they make him like, oh, he's just living in a rut. No, he's basically like, oh, he's a rut that he should probably go and kill himself. That's how they portray him, versus like, oh, he's doing well for himself, even though, yeah, he's struggling a little bit with this. He's basically like got an Instagram girl that's like, oh yeah, dinosaurs come back to life in like the 90s, brah. And then he's like, yeah, since we have no funding now and everything, he just has a beard and he just looks like a sad old man, like, he'd be crying in the showers at night. And I'm just like, wow. People were never bitching about Indiana Jones. They saying, oh, they disrespected Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny? I was like, well, I don't think they disrespected him. I feel like they disrespected Alan Grant in this movie, because they just portray him as like just almost like a homeless guy in a way. And I'm just sitting there watching this going, why did they they feel like they bitch slapped him in the face, Jeff Goldblum, I mean, he's doing pretty well for himself in this movie. He's like, hey, he's teaching a course about, he's teaching a course and he works for the bad guy, even though he kind of is like a spy for the good people, because he's like, hey, he knows all the stuff that they're doing, and so, him and Laura Dern have been texting back and forth in code, and so he's like trying to help her out, and apparently, they do bring back some characters from the past movies. Like they bring back the chick from, the last movie who helped repair Blue. She's in the movie for like 5 minutes. And then the other guy, Justice Smith, he's in the movie for like 3 minutes. And then, of course, they bring back the guy, Omar Samira, who played, who was one of Chris Pratt's best friend in the Jurassic World, who was one of the Raptor trainers. They bring him back in the movie for about a good 5 minutes. So, like, at least they bring back characters, like, hey, there they are, and then you never see them again. And then, of course, like, the bad guy wants to basically get all the crops and everything, kill all the crops, and I guess that way he can sell his own food. And I'm just like, I could see, like, something really like this happening in real life, but I don't think with lotuses, and I'm watching this going, I don't understand the end game here, okay? Also, what does this have to do with dinosaurs? I mean, like, literally, I was wondering, like, because I'm like, oh, Dotson has it. He's Dotson. Oh, okay. So that means he must have want to use the dinosaurs, because he found the shaving cream can, even though it makes no sense how he found the shaving cream can, but he found the shaving cream can. And so I'm like, okay, so he must have regenetically modified the dinosaurs, and he basically can control them, put them in warfare, whatever he wants to do, and he basically can control them. Nope, that's not really what the plot is. The plot is just the plot. It's like they're just there because if you take the dinosaurs out of the movie, it would not change the plot of the movie at all. It's just about lotuses. It should just be called Jurassic Lotus. Jurassic World, the Lotus. I just don't understand. Like, this is why they decided to go this route. I mean, Colin Trevorrow, who directed the first movie, Jurassic World, I love Jurassic World. I think it's one of the best. I think it's my second favorite Jurassic World, next to Jurassic Park. I think it is great. I've always wanted a movie about the park being open, and they made that movie, and I loved it. Even though I was a little critical about the CGI in the movie, of it just being over CGI with dinosaurs, I thought they should be practical. I still liked the movie for what it was. Jurassic Lost World. I did not like the movie as a kid. Did not really care for it. I just thought, didn't never get my drift. But then as an adult rewatching it in the last 2 years, I really have appreciated it more. And I think, honestly, it is probably my third favorite movie of the series. And then rewatching Jurassic Park 3, I said it's probably my fourth favorite movie of the year. And then you got The Fallen Kingdom, and then Dominion is the worst movie ever made of the Jurassic Park series. I could not fathom this movie, because it's not even a Jurassic Park movie, okay? And it's like, and like there is like a chase sequence with raptors in Rome, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't understand why they they should bring the raptors in just for this one sequence, and then you never see them again. And then of course, there is a baby raptor though with Blue that has a baby, and they have to go rescue Blue's baby. And it feels like there's two plots in this movie. There's the Lotus plot, and then there's the rescue plot, and then they try to monster mash it together. I don't understand why Steven Spielberg approved this script. If I was Steven Spielberg, I said, no, we're not doing this. What else you got? Because honestly, when it's the third act, I did like the third act a lot more, where they're out there, like they're trying to escape off this place, but then, when it's like you got the whole entire group together, but after that, really. And then you got they get back together. Sam Neill, who Alan Grant and Ellie get back together, and then Malcolm just basically just wanders off into the abyss. And then of course you got and then you got this other two new characters. This black woman who plays a pilot. She's pretty cool in the movie. And then you got this one dude who's runs the company, and he's basically the second in command. He's actually a spy helping Jeff Goldblum and him escape and everything. And it just, to me, it's like. And also, I could have swore they knew he was a spy, and they just never said nothing. And also, there's a stupid moment what made me kind of laugh, where it was like they find out that Alan Grant and him were in the Lotus's room, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, what? He's like the bad guy's like, what? And he goes, oh, he says, sir, they're stuck in the sector B. What? I'm like. It's like the baddest poker face I've ever seen. And I did like that Jeff Goldblum told him off at the end. I thought that was pretty cool. And I liked when the raptors got, not the raptors, but the spitting thing where they spit the the black gunk on him and then they killed Dotson. I thought that was poetic how they killed the Wayne Knight's character in the first one and they kill his character because they had a connection in the first one. So I thought that was a well poetic death. And I also did like the 2 dinosaur fights, even though I felt like that was shoved in there. And it was quick, but I did feel like, and there was one other thing I like. Oh, I like when Alan Grant was trying to help solve the clone girl, and they were trying to help her escape. I thought that was pretty cool, and everything. He's like, "Come on," and I thought that was, I like that, and I like that there's Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard's character are being a parent to this clone girl. I thought that was really cool, but other than that, the whole movie's terrible. It's just a bad movie. I just don't like this movie, and I honestly will never watch it again. I probably will just skip. I'll probably watch Jurassic World and then just skip Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, and then just be like, go straight to Rebirth, if Rebirth is good. But yeah, if I had to give this movie a grade, I'm giving it an F. This is terrible.
Sharpton for president, y'all. I'm outie.
Jesse Jackson for VP.